All right, so in this club, we've talked about mentorship a fair bit. So, show of hands, who here has ever had a mentor? Okay, good number. Who here has ever been a mentee? Okay, slightly smaller number, but it looks like almost everyone has been touched by the process in some way, shape, or form. So I want you to take a moment, close your eyes, all of you, and imagine, what does a mentor look like? The prototypical mentor. What do they talk like? What makes them mentor material? Come up with a physical image in your head and hold that for a second. All right, open your eyes. Does it look like this? For those of you who don't know, this is Mr. Miyagi from the 1984 film The Karate Kid. The reason I picked him is because he's emblematic of all of the kinds of mentorship that you see in American media. He's very experienced. He's elderly. He has a lot of knowledge that he's passing to another generation. Think of Yoda, Gandalf, Dumbledore. You see the same kind of archetype appearing many, many times in media. What I want to talk to you today about is that does not have to be every mentor. If you just look for mentors that look like Mr. Miyagi, Yoda, Dumbledore, you're going to miss a lot of great knowledge that you can get from people who don't fit into that category. So today, I want to talk about how I accidentally found a mentor that was nothing like Yoda, and how it helped me greatly and still helps me to this day. So, giving a little bit of backstory, I thought I was a hotshot graduating college. I had a great job lined up, I was almost done with my degree, I was a senior, so I felt like I was the big man on campus. It was great. But then COVID hit. So my job offer was rescinded. I was unemployed. Didn't feel so good. The oil market turned down, so interviewing for chemical engineering degrees just felt worse than useless. I moved in with my mom. No one thought I was a big shot. It was a very tough turn of events. And my confidence fell like a rock in a well, just down at the bottom. I didn't think I could do anything right. I felt like I didn't have anything going for me. It was really tough. And eventually things started turning around. I found a start date for a new job that I was really excited about. I moved in with a longtime friend and roommate, and I met my now wife, Kelly. But I still didn't feel like I had my feet firmly behind me. I still felt like I was just standing on borrowed time. But when I started my job, those doubts hadn't faded. I was shipped a computer, I opened it, I had no interaction with any human before I started. It was kind of a terrifying experience. I opened a box, it had a laptop and a piece of paper. It said, log in this day. Okay, what do I wear? Who do I talk to? Any forms of etiquette, I just had to guess. And I didn't do very well. The first day I joined, it was through Microsoft Teams. I had never used Teams. And in the process of trying to join my first meeting with my manager, I had sent him over 12 email notifications that I had joined the wrong meeting. Not great for looking like a competent employee on the first day. But he bared with me. He told me about the company and then gave me my first project assignment, a Western wear company. I was really excited. Cowboy hats, boots. Okay, I can sell those. That sounds totally doable. And I started on that project. But I didn't know really what exactly consulting entailed or what that was doing. So I logged the next morning into Teams again. I knew not to send the emails. I was doing better this time. And I met Bria, my manager. She gave me a quick around-the-horn intro of the team, the responsibilities, and what I would be doing for the project. And her first instruction was, okay, think about how we could have a training plan. All right. So I closed my computer, and I just sat in my room and I thought for a little bit. Training. What I didn't do was ask anybody else what that meant. I didn't look anything up online. I didn't talk to anyone who'd done it before. I just thought about it. So about an hour before the meeting that she'd scheduled where she'd wanted to hear my fully fleshed out plan, one of the other people on the team gave me a call, a more experienced analyst. I was really worried. Oh no, had I done something wrong? Luckily, no. He immediately started off the meeting by saying, you haven't done anything wrong yet, but I'm going to give you a couple of tips. He said, I know what you're feeling now as the new guy. Don't worry, but there are a couple of mistakes that you're likely to make that I want to guide you through so that you don't make them. Like what? He said, well, I know you have a meeting coming up. Any chance you talked to anyone about what you're thinking about? No. Did you put anything together? No. Okay, we're going to help you through it. So Alex spent the next hour or so guiding me through what things meant, expectations, terms. It was really helpful. And by the time I met with my manager, Bria, I turned things around a little bit. I looked competent from the very first thing I had to deliver for her. Well, Alex took time out of his day every morning for 6 months and guided me through the big and the small questions I had in consulting. What things meant, terminology, what my goals were overall, and he helped to guide me through this whole process. Now, what made him different is that he was only 3 months more experienced than me. He was 12 days older than me. If I had looked for a Yoda or a Gandalf or some other kind of mentor that looked exactly like that image, I wouldn't have found someone who understood exactly what I needed at the point when I started. Even though he was only 3 months more experienced, he and I worked together, we became a great team, and as I gained more experience and our relative differences in time slowly shrank, we became more friends than just mentor-mentee. We started working on projects together, and the last one that we worked on, the Cowboy Hat Company, actually gave us free hats at the end because they thought we did such a great job. So I challenge all of you, we've talked about mentorship being important. We've talked about how important it is to be a mentee, to find mentors. I challenge you, look for them in places that you previously might have overlooked. Don't look for people who are just exactly what American media archetypes are. Look for those around you who might be experiencing the same troubles as you, even if they aren't necessarily older or significantly more experienced. They all have perspectives that are useful and can still help get you where you want to go. Thank you.